I believe that we are beings of light. We came from singularity, we came from source energy, we came from oneness, and we descended by choice down into density, like jumping off a cliff. Jump off the cliff all the way down into three-dimensional reality, and you have a body. And you can't experience a sunset or smelling a newborn baby's head, or drinking a great Rivo del Duero. You can't have that experience without a body. So you need a body to experience this reality. And when you're oneness, and we all came from there, it gets a little boring after a while. So you ask the question, is there more? If you ask the question, is there more, you create separation. And there has to be more if it's a question in the realm of possibility. So then let's go explore more. So we dive all the way down the density to explore more. There are entities, beings that haven't descended down into density yet. They're still waiting. They're looking at us, the experiment. But they're missionaries, they're troubadours, they're individuals that took the leap just to see what was here. Now, we get caught in the illusion that this is real because our senses fool us into believing that it is. So the pain, the suffering, the sadness in this plane of demonstration is for us to meet adversity, to be challenged. How else are you going to evolve without a challenge, an irritant? Taking a grain of sand and producing a pearl inside of an oyster. That's what we're doing. We're taking irritations and we're turning them into wisdom. And so you can, in one body, be connected to that oneness place again and still have a body. And so then, I know this from a scientific standpoint, and I know this from an experiential standpoint. Once you start connecting to this field of information that you have access to, and you're no longer in separation, because three-dimensional reality creates separation. There's an illusion that you're there and I'm here and you look different than me, and so there's more separation. But in the realm of the quantum, there is no separation. There's only wholeness and oneness. So then, it isn't about abstaining from life, to be pious or good or to please God or eat the right food. It's about expressing the divine through us. It is about going to greater levels of oneness and wholeness. So then, if you think about this, it's entirely possible that you could wake up and be connected to that field and still have a body. That means then to live in a plane of demonstration and to take experiences and turn them into wisdom, a memory without an emotional charge. You're no longer excusing yourself for being a certain way because of some past event. You're actually blessing the past event because it brought you to where you were today. That's no longer being a victim. You can't get out of here. You can't get out of here. You can't get out of the prison. You can't get out of the prison cell until you start overcoming those states. Otherwise, you're anchored here. You review your life at the end of your life and you say, I could have did it better. I just want another chance. I just want another shot at that. Because the soul is doing that, not the personality. The ego is saying, oh, I don't know if I want to suffer again. The soul's saying, I missed it. I got to go to school. I got to learn. And when I'm ready, I'm going to go back and get a body. I'm going to try it again. I want the same genetics. I want the same conditions. I want that same moment. I want that same moment again. I want another shot at that. And this is how the soul thinks. So it selects the genes, it selects the conditions, and then you go back into density and you forget. But the soul doesn't forget. So then the personality of the soul never dies. It's the personality that we're trying to evolve. We're working on evolving. So then you get knocked down enough in your life, you get betrayed enough, you get manipulated enough, you get sick enough, and you start asking, is there more? It's the same question you asked when you left. You ask the same question, is there more? And now here we go. The soul starts to wake up and it says there is more. And it starts to bring things to you. Things, synchronicities. You start getting books, you start getting information, and you start going, I knew this. I know this because I know this. I just forgot. And you start waking up again in the dream. And you start dreaming a greater dream. And that's how you get out of that one. And then you're at another level of consciousness. So I say, because I've had this experience, that it's entirely possible that you hook up to this field of information and experience a greater level of oneness, and your brain chemistry is changed and your eyes are open, and the light, the sound, the feeling, the taste, the smell is so profoundly elevated. You're seeing this three-dimensional reality from another dimension. And you cold feels good, pain feels good, life feels good. You came here to feel pain. You couldn't feel it without a body. You came here for all of it. You came here not just to feel the good things, you came here to feel it all because you wanted the full experience, because when you finally evolve back up to oneness, you're going to dump all of that wisdom into oneness, into the mind of God, and say, here's all my jewels. It was a crazy journey. It took me hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, but I'm back. And then you're going to say, is there more? And you're going to go again. And we're going to keep going. We're just never going to end, but it's going to get greater. We just got to dig ourselves out of this, of the density that we've gotten accustomed into believing is the reality. This is not real. And I'm not saying that in a philosophical sense. It's real when you define it with your senses. But the field is actually creating the material. So what's more real? Is it material or is it the field? So when you start putting your attention on the field and you start connecting to it, and all of a sudden, everything in life starts to make sense. There's no longer polarity or separation or duality. You're seeing things that your brain had never seen before. You're knowing things that you never knew before. You're healing yourself. You're healing others. You're healing others on the other side of the planet. You're having mystical experiences and taking that knowledge all the way back into your body. Now you're graced by the divine in three-dimensional reality. You are divine in three-dimensional reality. Then you get to choose. Yeah, sure, you could leave. You could, but what would you bring? Because people think, well, I'm going to take my life and it's going to be over. Truth is, you can't escape you. You're eternal. I mean, you're going to have to face off with you, so you can do it now or you can do it later. And just because you don't have a body doesn't mean you're not going to be tormented by your own thoughts and feelings. You don't need a body for that. You just need a mind. So why not, in this plane of demonstration, separate yourself from social consciousness, from the common, and begin to challenge yourself to do the uncommon? What mystic, what saint, what master in history, they all said the same thing. Hey, if I can do this, so can you. You are everything you think. I mean, it's all there. It's just that people are waiting for somebody to do it for them. They're waiting for proof. We have to be that proof, and we're here to really enjoy it. And why? Because that's life. And so the present moment, what is it that brings us to the present moment? What is that? It's a feeling where you forget about everything else but where you're putting your attention. And that's the only thing we take with us. And that moment then, it's so funny. People remember two things about life. They remember the strongest emotions they've experienced, and they remember the end. And if you watch a movie, it's always the same thing. You watch anything, you experience anything, it's the heightened moment and it's the finish. That's what people remember. So why not go out big